You know, usually when we talk about speakers, you kind of had to pick a lane, right?
Yeah, definitely. It is that classic trade-off.
Right. You either get the rugged industrial stuff that survives a coffee shop but sounds pretty flat.
Or the delicate hi-fi gear for a listening room.
Exactly. Stuff you wouldn't dare expose to the elements. But today we have a piece of hardware that just refuses to pick a lane. We are doing a deep dive into the Kramer YARDEN 60W on-wall speakers based on data from HDTV Supply.
Which has been a global home for audio and video products for 25 years now.
Right. And honestly, looking at their spec sheet, this thing reads like a total contradiction.
It really does, because on paper it looks like a standard commercial install speaker, the kind you see mounted in an airport.
Yeah. Or a massive conference center.
Right. But then you look at the component list, and it is wearing a tuxedo underneath those work clothes.
And that is our mission today, figuring out how this box bridges that gap for you. Because the first thing that jumped out to me wasn't the casing at all. It was the woofer material. It is Kevlar.
Which most people associate with body armor, right? Not baselines.
Exactly. A 6.5-inch Kevlar cone. Why put bulletproof material in a speaker?
Well, it is not just about being tough. In audio, your main enemy is distortion. You want a speaker cone to move air to push out that bass, but you do not want the cone itself to flex or warp while it is moving.
So the Kevlar provides that stiffness.
Yes, it stops the wobble that makes bass sound muddy, giving you a really precise response.
Okay, so it is rigid but light. And then it is paired with a 1-inch titanium dome tweeter, which again, titanium implies industrial to me.
It is industrial, but for a tweeter, you need absolute speed. High frequencies are fast vibrations. Titanium is incredibly light but strong, so it can snap back and forth instantly.
Giving you that crisp air at the top of the frequency range?
Exactly. All the way up to 20 kilohertz for this one, with a full spectrum starting down at 65 hertz.
And keeping those two drivers in check is this second-level crossover design mentioned in the specs.
Think of the crossover as a traffic cop. At 1.9 kilohertz, it directs the low sounds to the Kevlar and the high sounds to the titanium.
Cleanly separating them out.
Right, a second-level design just means it separates them so cleanly that you do not get that muddy overlap where the frequencies clash.
Okay, so we have audiophile materials. But here is where the HDTV Supply specs got a little confusing for me, and I need you to clear this up. The feature list highlights multi-tap power transformers.
Ah, yeah. This is the aha moment for this device. It is what makes it a total chameleon.
Break that down, because to me, a transformer usually just means power bricks.
In the audio world, this refers to how the speaker draws power from the amplifier. The YARDEN has a switch that lets it operate in two completely different electrical realities.
Okay, reality number one. Let's hear it.
The commercial or array mode. You set the transformer to 70V or 100V. This is what you use if you are a facility manager. You can daisy chain multiple speakers in a large venue.
Tapping small amounts of power, like 7.5 watts up to 60 watts.
Yeah, just to get coverage. It is pure utility suitable for an array installation. But then there is reality number two.
The home or standard mode. The 8-ohm setting.
Yes, the bypass mode. You flip that switch and you physically bypass the commercial transformer entirely. It becomes a low Z connection.
Meaning you are connecting that Kevlar and titanium directly to your amplifier like a high-end home theater speaker.
Exactly. You get the raw 80 watts RMS of power handling and 220 watts continuous program without the signal processing required for a long-distance array.
So I buy this for my home office. I am not running it through the mall PA system circuitry. That makes the price make a lot of sense.
Yeah, HDTV Supply currently lists these at $440 a pair, discounted from a $550 MSRP. Plus, they often have a 10% discount code available.
Right, which is expensive for a generic PA speaker, but quite cheap for a Kevlar driver hi-fi speaker.
That is the sweet spot. You are paying for the build quality, the ABS cabinet, the aluminum grill, and the steel mounting brackets, which actually come included.
Huge convenience factor there. It is built to survive a warehouse, but tuned to please a listener.
Precisely. It is rugged enough for a commercial array, but sounds like a serious listening speaker.
So stepping back, this isn't just a speaker. It feels like a signal of where we are going. Our offices are in our homes, and our commercial spaces want to sound like living rooms.
The line is definitely blurring. We want the durability of the commercial world, but the intimacy of the audiophile world.
And that is the thought I want to leave you with today. As we continue to hybridize our lives, working from home, living at work, is the future of tech going to be defined by this kind of duality? Gear that can switch from public address to private listening with just the flip of a switch, something for you to mull over. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.